How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Sam Bankman-Fried could have some charges dropped due to honor extradition. So earlier this month, Sam Bankman-Fried's counsel moved to have 10 of his 13 charges dropped, and if the Bahamas agrees, then that could end up happening, is the long and the short. Any charges after last December that were brought onto him are the charges in question. They say they don't have enough grounds and they don't have enough evidence to actually go after him, and that only 3 of the charges actually have the grounds and evidence. The government will proceed on the new charges in the indictment if Bahama consents, but if they do not consent, then they will not charge him for the 10 extra counts. Hong Kong, UAE, central banks coordinate on crypto regulations. So the central banks of Hong Kong and the United Arab Emirates have announced plans to strengthen their financial cooperation and work together on regulating virtual assets. A bilateral meeting was held in Abu Dhabi with financial infrastructure and cross-border trade in the conversation as well. So they're talking about using crypto as well as the US dollar to use cross-border trade to make it quicker and easier. So some things that can be done without the US dollar, they would use a stablecoin, but they would still hold US dollars. The UAE did approve Hex Trust licensing, which is based in Hong Kong, so this is kind of showing that the two are working together, and we could see some progress. Russia drops plans for state-run crypto exchange. So not much here. Russian lawmakers have decided and plans for creating a state-owned cryptocurrency exchange, planning instead to set rules and regulations for already existing enterprises. So basically Russia's going to set rules and regulations like they should have already, kind of like our SEC. They're kind of late to the draw, but hey, at least they're going to do it and not be a communist kind of state-run cryptocurrency. Over on Total, we are getting a little bit of a pump on our altcoins. Stochastic's kind of starting to bend. RSI's heading up. Our money flow and our VWAP are kind of just flat. Our VWAP is starting to curl. Momentum somewhat starting to curl here. You can see Bitcoin did fall slightly. Our altcoins went up slightly, so might be the beginning of some money moving into our altcoins from Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, we are heading back down toward the bottom of our triangle, at which point if we touch it and break down, then it is likely we'll see some lower Bitcoin dominance. We could see those lower numbers around that 40 zone like I was talking about a few weeks ago. Our futures, we have still got a gap here to fill in this local area, and then we still have this lower gap down here to fill, so we have 2 gaps to fill. Our stochastic's kind of starting to bend, RSI is pointing down, VWAP's pointing down, money flow is starting to come in, our momentum's kind of rounding off, so we may have some money flow coming in, but with the momentum coming out, that we may see the money flow start to pull away, and we can fill this gap. So over on Bitcoin, our stochastic's starting to curl, RSI is pointing down, VWAP's heading down, money flow's breaking bearish. Our momentum's starting to curl just behind that VWAP, so we are bullish slightly, but we are starting to curl away. So we're not looking the strongest on the daily here for any continual movement. We do have this symmetrical triangle that I posted on Twitter earlier that we are kind of falling away from, so if we break down from it, this could be a beginning of us going back into this flag, and then we could retest this flag. So it could kind of be like I was suggesting earlier, where this could be our true top of the flag. So we could be dealing with a bigger flag here. RSI is heading down, momentum's coming down, stochastic's coming down. Our money flow is about to break bearish on the 4-hour here, and our VWAP is heading down as well, so the 4-hour is going to beat down a little bit. Over on the 2-hour, stochastic's heading down, RSI's got a double red X, so usually when those pairs happen, you see the manipulation to the downside. Our money flow is trying to come up though, stochastic's trying to make a bearish cross just after crossing bullish, and our RSI is waning, so we may see that RSI start to dump off and money flow start to come out. Our VWAP is rejecting, momentum starting to come out, so overall we're not too strong on the 2-hour. Over on the 1-hour, our RSI is making lower highs, we're falling away here. Momentum money flow is starting to come out, stochastic's coming down but could get a bullish cross. A bullish cross could try to pump us forward. VWAP is trying to break bullish, our momentum's trying to get a little bit of a curl. So if this stochastic VWAP and momentum manage to get into the bullish territory, and our money flow starts to curl up, that would be good for us. But if this money flow continues its downtrend, then it's likely we could continue bearish momentum. So over on graph, we are kind of breaking up. I would say this is almost where you would see the top of our double bottom, as it would just be from here to here. So this could be about the full breakout point. So if you got in for that double bottom, you may want to take profits, not financial advice. We do have a reversal arrow kind of pointing. We are in an uptrend, so reverse of that would be a downtrend. Stochastic's kind of curling, RSI is trying to run up, our VWAP's coming down, momentum's coming down. Now, needless to say, if that our total keeps pumping, this could keep going and we could form a new pattern. So don't just be, oh no, he said that I'd take profits, I'm getting all the way out. That's not necessarily what I'm saying, so use your own best judgment. Our money flow is trying to head up, momentum and our momentum is trying to come up. Sorry, got myself a little sidetracked, but we are starting to round here with the momentum right behind that VWAP. So with the momentum and VWAP rounding, we're not looking the strongest, especially with the stochastic about to round off. So finally onto the 4 hour. Stochastic's starting to make lower highs, about to start to curl, RSI is starting to curl, momentum's starting to curl. Money flow is running up into the bullish territory very strongly, so that is good for us, but with everything else curling, we could see that sharply correct. Our VWAP is starting to come under. It did break bullish, but it's starting to just round back over. So the medium term's not looking the strongest, even though we have that strong money flow. Our momentum is kind of flat here, so that is good for us as we were setting up bearish divergences all over the place. Stochastic's trying to run up, our money flow kind of going up. We're kind of getting stuck around this 21 area. If we can get above it, that would break like a resistance on the money flow and we could keep going forward. However, this could be an area we could start to pull away from. Our VWAP is heading down, getting close to the neutral zone, so that VWAP could break. I think I just saw that RSI try to flash a red dot here again, so if we do have another red dot, we could see quite a strong curl on that RSI, so watch out for that, as that could help bring everything else down. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic's got a bearish cross that's about to happen and could start to fall. Momentum's starting to fall, our RSI just keeps trying to print red dots all over the place, so it wants to just come crashing down, but it keeps persisting upward. Our money flow is trying to keep going upwards slightly after taking a bit of a dip, so if that can continue, that will be good for our medium to higher time frames. But if this starts to wane over, then we'll start to see the other time frames start to wane over as well. Our VWAP's about to break into the bearish territory, so watch out for a bearish break, as that could signal the medium term is about to give up, especially with these red signals. You see a little bit of a red dot in our momentum too. So just exercise some caution, especially since we got such a good run up with graph. Compared to the rest of the market, graph ran up 4% and everything else that we were looking at pretty much lost or barely gained. Our stochastic is kind of rounding here on the daily. For anchor, our RSI is kind of flat here. Money flow is kind of flat, VWAP's pretty flat. Our momentum looks like it could start to curl here. So overall, we're losing that momentum to the upside, which isn't good for us if we want to continue. We do have a slight ascending triangle that could be, or a rising wedge. Ooh, that is not what I wanted. Or a rising wedge, so it's coming together. So that could bring us down. So we could see some downside. We do have a reversal arrow. We are in a little bit of an uptrend, so that reverse of that would be a downtrend. So we could see a breakdown. If you broke down from here, that could take you even closer to that support level. So just be wary of that. So over on XRP, we are breaking up even higher. So XRP is just making a mad run. Stochastic's about to get a bearish cross though, so exercise a little bit of caution. We did hit that 52-cent area that I mentioned before, so if we do get above this area, we could see about 54. And then our next area, 54 would be a strong one. If we broke through 54, that would be a really strong break for us, and we could create some sort of new up channel. Our money flow is coming in bullish, VWAP is heading up, momentum's coming up pretty strong. So we do have some signals on this daily that could carry into even higher time frames like the weekly here. That's pretty beat down. That could help us go even higher. If you want to see higher time frames like the weekly, like we could do weeklies on every few days or something, let me know in the comments. Our stochastic's starting to come down, RSI is starting to come down, momentum is in a green dot, our money flow is heading up, our VWAP overall is making lower highs and keeps testing this neutral zone, so not too good for us, but we keep pushing up despite that, so take that how you will. When you do get these really big bullish moves, you'll get bearish divergences sometimes, and they don't always play out. Over on the 2 hour, we're setting in some more red candles here, so that would be a little bit more cause for caution. We could set up some sort of we got indecision candle, so if we get a big red candle or something here, that could signal some sort of a drop to the downside. We have a bearish divergence here. Our stochastic is curling down, RSI is coming down a little bit, but it's going a little flat here. Money flow is starting to come down, VWAP broke bearish, so overall the 2 hour looks like we could start to lean more bearish. We have a red dot that could confirm on the momentum as well, so I'd exercise a little bit of caution if you're still riding any kind of longs or anything. Our stochastic is starting to fall here on the 1 hour, RSI is making lower highs, our momentum is coming down pretty strong, so those indicators are starting to round down. VWAP's trying to kind of sustain itself, so if the VWAP can come up, we may try to get some sort of a push. We are kind of flagging here. Kind of hard to draw a flag, might be more of a slight descending triangle. That could break us down. With it being so small, I'm not even going to be able to grab that. Yeah, it just wants to stretch. But that could be a small break to the downside that could start a downside rally, so watch out for that. So our money flow is starting to head down. We're struggling to break above this 19 level. If we can hit this 19 level and break above it, we could see continued movement, or we could kind of just dip down and then come back up toward the 19, so kind of watch. If we look at the half hour, we're not really getting any touches into the red in the half hour. We almost did back here, but if we do see this half hour start to fall, that could be another signal we could fall, but I wouldn't use too much of the lower time frames. Finally, on Algorand for the daily, we are falling slightly. Our RSI is starting to fall, stochastic's starting to round, VWAP's starting to curl out. My flow has gone pretty flat here. Momentum kind of flat. It wanted to go up, wanted to round, and now it's not really doing either. Over on the 4 hour, we have a double red X with a reversal arrow, so we may get a big drop to the downside, so I'd exercise some caution, especially since it's on a medium time frame. Our stochastic's starting to round down, RSI starting to come down with lower highs. Our momentum is starting to come down into the bearish zone, but is trying to push with a green dot. VWAP's trying to push up, but our money flow is struggling to go anywhere, and currently is pretty deep in the bearish zone. So over on the 2 hour, our stochastic looks like we are starting to curl out. RSI is starting to curl out, our VWAP's coming down. Our money flow is in the bullish territory, but it's very weak, and our momentum is in the bearish territory, starting to kind of curl out. Had a green dot that tried to push us forward, so I'd watch out for a red dot. Over on the 2 hour, we have a double red X with some reversal arrows, so overall we're getting these reversal arrows and red X's, so we could see some drop on algo. Could be a good another buying or DCA opportunity coming up. Stochastic's starting to fall, RSI is starting to fall, momentum's starting to fall, VWAP's starting to fall, money flow is in the bearish territory. So overall, we're pretty beat down. We're gonna flip to the daily. So just a reminder, this box would be our next buying accumulation zone. So if we do see some downside, you could look at somewhere in between this range. Not financial advice, but that's probably where I would be looking. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.